Questions about quarantines and testing are growing tonight as the Omicron wave of COVID-19 keeps building. In New York, the nation's largest public school system has announced beefed-up testing in a bid to keep classrooms open. Mayor Bill de Blasio says entire classrooms won't have to stay home when a student is infected. Instead, those who have no symptoms and test negative don't have to quarantine.
This guarantees more consistency in their education. It guarantees fewer disruptions, which parents have rightfully said have been a tremendous challenge for them.
And late today, the CDC's director said the agency is not considering any recommendation of a vaccine mandate for domestic flights. We'll focus on the CDC's new call for shorter quarantines after the news summary. Police in the Denver area are investigating what sparked a mass shooting last night that left 5 people dead, including the gunman. The shooter killed 3 people in the central part of the city, then drove to nearby Lakewood, where he killed another person. He died later after a shootout with police. 3 other people were wounded, including a police officer. The family of a 14-year-old Los Angeles girl demanded justice today after police accidentally shot and killed her last week. Valentina Oriata Peralta was in a clothing store when a man began attacking customers. Police shot and killed him, but also shot and killed the girl in her dressing room. Today, her family, originally from Chile, held a news conference. The teen's mother described her last moments.
We heard screams. We sat down and hugged and started praying. When something impacted my daughter Valentina, it threw us on the floor. She died in my arms, and there was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do.
Police have released an edited version of body camera and other video. The family is demanding that more video be released. The congressional committee investigating the January assault on the U.S. Capitol has struck a deal with the Biden White House regarding Trump-era documents. The White House counsel's office says lawmakers will defer a request for some of the material. Presidential aides had warned its release could compromise national security or executive privilege. Former President Trump is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to block release of any documents. The Pacific Northwest shivered through another day of frigid cold as an Arctic storm grips the region. Officials have declared emergencies in Portland and Seattle, where the low was 17 degrees on Monday, the coldest on record. And warming centers are now open for those who could be in danger.
It's going to be, 4 or 5 days before we get above freezing again. So, this is not a short event. This is going to take a while, and the longer it goes on, the harder it's going to be on people that don't have a place to get out of this.
To the south, travel remains treacherous in parts of Northern California and Nevada, where snow has broken records for December. At least 38 people were killed in Sudan today when a gold mine collapsed. It happened near a village that's more than 400 miles south of Khartoum, the country's capital city. The mining company says the site was inactive, but local miners had returned to work the mine once security guards left the area. In Russia, the National Supreme Court has ordered a leading human rights organization to shut down. The court ruled today that Memorial acted as a foreign agent. Prosecutors claim the group falsely painted the Soviet Union as a terrorist state. Also today, authorities detained allies of Alexei Navalny, the imprisoned opposition leader. We'll return to all of this later in the program. Prosecutors in Hong Kong have filed a new charge against Jimmy Lai, the jailed founder of a pro-democracy newspaper. The paper was shut down last June, and Lai was accused today of sedition. He already faced other charges for violating a national security law imposed by mainland China. Back in this country, the U.S. housing boom shows no sign of weakening. Home prices in October jumped more than 18% from a year earlier. That was down slightly from September's growth rate, and economists do expect price hikes to slow further next year. And on Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 95 points to close at 36,398. The Nasdaq fell 89 points, and the S&P 500 slipped 4 points. Still to come on the News Hour, new crackdowns in Russia as the country marks 30 years since the fall of the USSR. Looking at the roots and potential solutions to homelessness. An exclusive look inside an Iraqi Shia paramilitary group with ties to Iran, and much more.
This is the PBS NewsHour from WETA Studios in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.